Kris Krohn here with REI TV. There's a lot of buzz out there, has been for quite some time, about this thing we call the law of attraction. Is it real? And how does it work? Does the law of attraction really work? Of course it does. We're attracting everything in our life, and it's because we can't turn off creation. We're always creating. We're either creating what we want, or we're creating what we don't want. And it's our belief system, our paradigm, our positive beliefs, our negative beliefs, our limitless beliefs, our limiting beliefs that ultimately determine whether we are getting what we want or what we don't want. Know this, the whole reason why a law of attraction is such a big conversation today is because we're waking up to this awareness that as human beings, we naturally start life out by actually creating what we don't want. And that is in fact wanting a something. Now, there was a time in my life when I was not getting the results that I wanted in my marriage. As a parent, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted in my business. I wasn't getting the results that I wanted in my body. And I don't believe that the law of attraction is the only law at play. Actually, I believe in 9 laws of conscious creation. And you can search around the videos here to actually find the 9 different laws as they're presented. But the law of attraction, it is so central because they all funnel into this idea of ultimately this question. What do you want? What stories do you tell? And look at your results. Is your life filled with things that you like? Yeah, that's because you're attracting them. But is your life also filled with things you don't like? I hate to break it to you, but you're attracting those too. Let me give you an example of this. Years ago, my wife and I, we were traveling all the state of Utah. I'm from Washington, lots of big green trees, evergreens. I come to Utah, I'm like, man, this place is so brown. If we're gonna stay here in Utah, we've planted our roots, got our business here, we're expanding and flourishing, I've gotta find a place that reminds me of Washington. I wanna feel like I can get lost in these woods. So Utah's a very interesting geographical environment. We've gone to Zions and Moab and to the high Uintas and all the different corners of Utah trying to find a place that felt like Washington. Turns out that 15 minutes away from me, there is a place. It's called Sundance. Maybe you've heard of the Sundance Film Festival. But you know what? If you want to buy a piece of land, before you even put the cabin on it, you're looking at $1 million just for a nice piece of land. So I remember 5 years ago, my wife and I made the decision. All right, we've traveled everywhere in Utah. If we're going to stay here, we like the school systems, we like the environment, then what we need is to manifest a cabin in Sundance. And so we actually made a commitment that we have one. This is one of the first steps, by the way. Not that we're going to, not someday. Someday will never come. Someday's got to actually start here now if you expect the ethereal to become the material. And so we made a decision. We have a Sundance cabin. And we would go up to Sundance frequently, drive up there, hike around up there. And a few years ago, we spotted the lot that we wanted. We knew that it was our lot. It wasn't a cabin view lot. It was a lost in the woods cabin. Hundreds of evergreen trees, 100 feet tall, green, beautiful, majestic. You actually have to cross your own massive private bridge over a 40-foot ravine that has its own private island to actually get onto the property that is then protected by the mountains. Beautiful piece of land. And energetically, we claimed it. That's our land. That's where we're building this cabin. But the timing wasn't right. So not only would we visit Sundance regularly and visit this piece of land that nobody was buying, but we lived as if it was ours. We were tracking the means. And this last year, all of a sudden, timing became right. So things had finished gestating. And all the resources, the millions of dollars, everything required came together, and the purpose for the cabin. Beyond just me and my family, a place of transformation for the people I love to mentor and spend time with to help them step into their greatest life possible. And for just a moment, let me actually show you, before I tell you how you do this in your life, let me just show you what we're currently working on right here. So I've got here some of the preliminary plans for a 13,000 square foot cabin that we're building. And part of the reason why it's so big is that when you come in the entryway here and through the foyer off the kitchen, there's this 2,000 square foot massive room. This is where I would do my deep transformation work with people that want to create an awareness for the limiting beliefs in their life that they need to step out of. We got a library over here, a hearth room. This whole wall opens up to a deck overlooking the river with the island below. And it's beautiful. I have been walking through this cabin now for months as it's in the creation process, becoming more and more specific, getting more and more familiar with what it is. 50 bunk rooms in the basement, having a pool, having a whole workout facility, upstairs having 3 different master bedrooms, and ultimately creating something that fulfills its purpose, which for me and my family is a place that we can go to each week and experience nature and to unplug, or rather in a connection sort of way, plug in, create beautiful memories, and then also create an incredible space where my Limitless tribe can meet and mentor, learn, and grow. I'm going to give you the 3 most simple steps for how you enact the law of attraction. The first one is, number 1, figure out what you want. You got to stop living life from what you don't want. You got to start figuring out, what do I want to create in my life? And you may want to sit down and take some significant time to look at the 4 domains of life. Look at your connection, look at your health, look at your wealth, and look at your personal power. Who are you and who do you want to be? Start reconciling that with getting a clear vision on what you want. The second step is to take action. Move forward in whichever way you can. Action is faith. Faith is action. They're the same thing. So you've got to do something physically, not just in your mental process, that demonstrates you believe what you want to create. And then the third step, live as if. Live as if the thing that you want has already happened, because there's a gap between what you'll find in reality and what starts here in the mind. Moving the ethereal to the material means that for a while, I'm going to have to actually live with my result created here before I actually see it where? Here in reality. So plant that seed, nurture it, watch it grow by doing these 3 steps. Know what you want, take action, and live as if it's already happened. And the most powerful manifestors are those that will dedicate even a lifetime to living as if what they want has already occurred. And then here's the best part. Whether it has or hasn't doesn't matter, because your mind cannot separate the difference between reality and illusion. Think of the last time you woke up from a scary dream and were relieved to find out that you're not dying, or that you're not hurt or being chased by the witch, or that your teeth aren't falling out, right? The reality is our subconscious mind cannot tell the difference. So we live as if in the present tense, present here, as if the things I want are showing up here. And until they show up here, I'm just as happy, because I get to feel every day them present where? Here.
Hello there. I'm Nate Woodbury. I'm Kris's partner on the YouTube channel. I do all the filming and the editing. So it's been an amazing experience working with Kris on the channel, and you've become part of a very loving fan base, and you keep asking for more videos. So as you can imagine, making these videos has been a lot of work. So what we've decided to do is create a community on Patreon. This way, with your support, we can continue making more and more valuable videos like these, and you can participate with us. As a patron, you'll be able to help direct the topics that you want to learn or the questions that you want answered. We'll even provide opportunities for you to participate with us in our videos. Now, as you've seen, the channel has 2 areas of focus. One is obviously real estate investing, and the other is mindset. Kris has really mastered both. It's not just about real estate, but about using real estate to become wealthy. And it's not just about financial wealth. Kris's mission is to help you and I live an abundant life. This means wealth, this means health, this means relationships, and this means personal power. We're honored to have you as a part of this Patreon community, and I look forward to making more and more helpful, inspiring videos. Be sure to check out everything we've set up here at Patreon. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I'll put the link in the description.
Law of attraction is real. I credit it as one of the 9 laws of conscious creation that ultimately have allowed me to create an amazing life for me and countless friends, people that I know inside my community that are all interested in manifesting and really mastering the art of manifesting. And the law of attraction it's so fundamental to what this is. So I'm inviting you to get clear on what you want and to make the commitment that, hey, if we're going to be here on this planet and share it together, then become an expert of manifesting what you want. Because those who do, we hold the power to be some of the world's greatest change makers.